Hi, good morning everybody. This is Nicholas Teo from CMC Markets here in Singapore. Um, Quiet start to a Monday or start to the week. A couple of things that came up this morning. In Singapore announced their April non-oil domestic numbers. Came in at a number of about 2.2% versus market expecting for actually a pullback of around 5% or so. Now, this didn't do much to the dollar sing. If people remember, or if you guys remember, the last time when this number came out, it was a big beat, and that started the ball rolling for a selling down of the dollar sing. That continued through the month when we had a subsequent read of a very strong economic number, and also we had a good industrial production numbers. Now that caused the dollar sing to actually be sold down from around the $137 level, so-called, all the way down to around a test of around 131.5. We've seen it rebound, test these sort of levels before pulling back very sharply over the last 3 days or so. This number, did not do anything much today, but ultimately we could see things being tested on the downside at around the 131.5 level, or potentially coming back to test this recent high of around 134. It's something to watch out for. The final GDP numbers will be out later this week, and it could actually move the needle down here once more. The other stories we are following is actually what's happening in Japan. Japan, led by the Nikkei, is starting to see actually a breakout again. Now, if you remember, the Japanese index has actually moved up from the last, since October, from a low of around 14,500 to test or to break and punch above the 20,000, only to pull back again. Now, this level around 19,000, which it has held or tested twice, is actually holding to be quite a firm support. Whether this thing can push up higher again from here to break around the 20,250 remains to be seen. But certainly we are starting to hit sort of a point of inflection from the standpoint of certain triggers that can come in from the market. Over the last few days and also the next few days, we will see corporate earnings come up from Japan, and they have been actually mixed on the positive side. For example, we saw Mizuho last Friday announced very solid numbers. They've increased their dividends, and as a result, we're seeing stocks punch up down there. Over the next 2 days or so, we will also see some numbers coming up from Japan. This morning we saw good machinery orders numbers coming in, and tomorrow we are looking for factory production, or rather industrial production numbers to be announced, followed by I think the next few days or so GDP that will be actually released on the 20th of May, which is, I believe, Wednesday. So there are triggers down here all across, and we are going to probably see a bit more action down there as the world digests what's happening on the other side of the world. All the rumblings that we saw in the US and also in the European markets, we may see things ease off down there, and maybe attention coming back to Japan after that last 2 months or so of consolidation. Anyway, just a few thoughts. Thank you very much.